So we're headed out this morning to change our minds. Well, me specifically. And I'm not going to be doing the video today from the edge of the cliff. I'm going to be down at the bottom. So maybe it's not a good idea to stand on the edge of the cliff when you need to change your mind. So today's video, we're going to talk about changing our minds. It's a common saying, I changed my mind. But it's more complicated than that. And at the same time, it's kind of a simple, innate principle that comes to us throughout the ages as wisdom. So, there you are, bottom of Hardscrabble. Bring the little dogs for a walk. A little shelter from the wind. Probably not the safest place to be hanging out, but I'll only be here a few more minutes, so found the pages I was looking for. I think I can't exactly remember what my source is for taming the elephants of the mind, but if you look that phrase up, you'll find the original source. It's definitely Hindi. And then this is from someone named Jay Garfield. Kind of. I mean, obviously it has some of my own spice in it. But to kind of go off of yesterday's thoughts, it's about mindfulness in a way, or setting your intentions, but more learning how to control what's going on inside your heart and your mind and your guts and all those other ways we imagine we control this meat ship that we've been dumped into. So taming the elephants of the mind via a thoughtful process of transformation. Another word for transformation would be cultivation. Just like we cultivate our gardens and weed them and tend to them and nurture them, we must do the same thing for our minds. So, thoughtful pursuit, thoughtful active experience, all over wise. One's default concern ought to be awakening into the pursuit of changing your heart and mind. So, how do we do this? How do we tame the elephants of the mind? So when my son is having a hard day, or when any of us that I encounter, in my experience, are having a hard day and I can tell they're maybe looking for a way to change that, I just suggest that we can change our minds. And that saying, change your mind, it brings up this feeling in people, a resistance, like, no, I have my mind made up. This is my team. This is my stance. And they fear that if they let go of their tether to their ideas or their present state of emotions, that they're losing in some way. And that's programmed into us because there should be a mechanism in us to hold tight to our sacred ideas and beliefs and ways, because that's important to a tribe, and that's even more important to an individual, because when you're in such a world that we're in today and so many alternative ways of thinking and knowing are constantly berating your perceptual awareness, you're going to really struggle to make up your mind. And I urge that maybe you don't make your mind up fully, that you leave opportunity for new experiences, new ways of knowing. But there is something that you hold to, which you can find in the last video, an intention and a compass, but that you can pay attention and practice paying attention to how you are in the moments and constantly tweak that and change it. So cultivation of awareness and responsiveness to phenomenological experience. So my favorite term that has come to me throughout my learning journey is perceptual immersion. So it's you paying attention, taking in everything that's surrounding you. And that's phenomenological experience. That is, some people ask me what I believe in, and I say I'm not sure anything's real, but I know that I'm experiencing it, right? So I know that if something has an effect on the world, that it is real. Even ideas, even words. People say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, and that's not true. Words do have an effect, and it doesn't mean that we all shut up and we refrain from being a factor that affects other people's lives, but it means that in the moments we pay attention to what we're saying and have space in those moments to be aware of how those actions and words and all that we are and do has on those beings around us, So I remember where I was when I was about 13 or 14 years old, standing outside helping my grandfather unload the truck from a trip to town. And I think I was complaining. I had just said, tired, I want to go watch TV or something. And he said to me, well, shit happens, then you die. So that stuck with me, and for a long time I wrestled with whether that was good advice or not. Because shit can be understood as a bad thing, But I think he meant it as in life happens and then you die. So you're here now in the moment, as we discussed before, but shit's always happening. And you have to know that you can do better. So there's this urge to cultivate and constantly throughout your whole life with whatever capacity you have to get a little better at being a being. So here's some more from Jay Garfield to kind of wrap this up. How to enable caring responsiveness, which is likely to result in harmless speech. The cultivation of moral decency requires first a cultivation of awareness, and then a cultivation of responsiveness, too, followed by control of those very automatic perceptual processes. And that in turn requires the cultivation of mindfulness and meditative discipline, with that meditation focused on the eradication of egoism and partiality. This heightened awareness then issue in the cultivation of patience, an attitude in which we refrain from the reaction to harm done to us, and of the ability to experience such apparent harms as benefits, and to experience those who might harm us as driven by forces outside of their control. It's not giving others a free pass. It's not letting them affect you. So another quote that I think I'll get to eventually is, anger is a punishment we give to ourselves for other people's mistakes. And I think that's what this is getting at here. It's that if we want to break the chain of pain and suffering, all you can really do is cultivate yourself. All you can really do is work on your own actions in this world. Stay groovy. Stay groovy.